Howdy sports fans, good. So, the next generation has now become the new generation, with the PS5 and Xbox Series XS both available worldwide. While both consoles have been incredibly successful, both critically and commercially, the launch lineups weren't that great. The PS5's launch lineup was certainly decent, with Miles Morales, Demon's Souls and Astro's Playroom all being great, but the Xbox lacked that killer exclusive. Fortunately though, Xbox are looking to the future with a games lineup, as the next 12 months and beyond, emphasis on beyond, will include plenty of big name releases for the Series XS and Xbox One, including first party returns and debuts, along with some excellent timed exclusives to boot. Here then are all the upcoming Xbox exclusive games you should be excited about. We split them into first party and third party exclusives, and we'll be focusing mostly on games we think have a kinda good shot of coming out in 2021. We'll check out honourable mentions to those that will be out when they're ready, hopefully no yellow background required. After an infinite wait, Halo Infinite should launch in 2021. In another timeline, probably not this darkest timeline we're living in right now, constantly just always so dark, just always such a struggle. Why is everything so difficult? We'd be playing Halo Infinite right now, and the discussion regarding the Xbox Series XS launch probably would have been a lot different. While the core gameplay looked good, or well, I thought it did anyway, the footage shown from the reveal proved that Infinite needed more time in development. Hopefully the delay will lead to a much better game, one that might restore some of the glory of the Halo series after the ill-received Halo 5 Guardians. Hellblade 2 might send us all a little crazy sometime in 2021. Ninja Theory's blend of first-person action-adventure / psychological horror was an utter thrill to behold, but Hellblade's Senua's Sacrifice felt like a fairly self-contained story, so it'll be interesting to see where Ninja Theory goes with Hellblade 2 Senua's Saga. At the very least, the power of the Xbox Series XS should make for an even more beautiful looking game because, my god, the first Hellblade looked fantastic, and the second one looks pretty great as well. I mean, look at her mouth, that's a very interesting mouth, isn't it? A new Forza Motorsport will hopefully go vroom sometime over the course of the next year. The Forza series has become the Xbox's flagship racing game, but the true genius of the franchise is that it can have its cake and eat it too. Which, by the way, I've never understood that phrase, so you're just supposed to have cake and then just look at it? I just watch it, study the cake, drink in the cake? I don't get that phrase, but anyway. Horizon offers a looser, more free-flowing and exciting game overall for most people, while Motorsport is for those dedicated racing purists. Motorsport games always look and play fantastic though, and the upcoming Forza Motorsport will be a big addition to the Xbox Series X/S. That said, where's Horizon 5 please? Everwild isn't Banjo-Kazooie 4, i.e. Banjo 4E, but let's give it a chance. I'd love to describe Everwild to you, but right now, I'm not even sure what it is or what it's about. All I know is there's a magical world to explore and it's developed by Rare, who are responsible for Banjo-Kazooie many years ago now, and Sea of Thieves. Apparently Rare are still playing around with gameplay ideas for the game, so consider this one in a state of flux for the moment. Still, it's something new and a brand new IP, so that's always exciting. Many RPG fans are avowing to play Obsidian's Avowed. While many would have liked to have seen Obsidian tackle a Fallout New Vegas remake or sequel, the developers have announced that they're working on their own fantasy RPG instead, along with their work on the Outer Worlds, which is just New Vegas in space. Only a brief trailer for Avowed has been shown as of yet, but the footage shown points to a dark fantasy filled with secrets to uncover. Hopefully it also means no frostbite spiders like Skyrim. Please, I hate them, they all must die. Also on Xbox's first party docket for the future, Perfect Dark, which was revealed as if we were all riding on a roller coaster for some reason, State of Decay 3, which has a chance of being great if it's not busted at launch, Fable, which, let's be honest here, isn't coming out until like 21, and As Dusk Falls, which looks like it might be some good shit for Telltale fans. Now then, here's what's coming to the Xbox family either as a timed or permanent console exclusive, in the case of the Gunk. If you're wondering when they will come to other consoles, the trendy thing is to hang on to them for about a year. Psst, I think timed console exclusives are the most pointless annoying thing ever and just serve to piss people off more than anything anyway. Onto the list. The Medium is the first timed exclusive for the Xbox brand this year. Bloober Team are establishing themselves as a horror development team to be reckoned with hits such as Laser Fear and the Blair Witch adaptation, but The Medium is their first go at a horror game with a much grander scale. Players control a medium who is caught between the real world and the paranormal, with players able to explore normal and dark versions of the game's level. It's a timed exclusive, so it will be heading to other platforms at some point, but Xbox Series XS is getting first dibs. The Gunk moves its junk over to the Xbox exclusively in September. More than just the name of the stuff that accumulates around your plug hole, the Gunk sees a duo of scavengers land on a planet inhabited by a corruptive parasite. Developed by the same team behind the SteamWorld Dig games, which are very good games by the way, play those games. The Gunk will explore when you should do the right thing. The planet being threatened by the Gunk will die if you don't do something, but if you've got your own problems, is it worth getting involved? Stalker 2 will stalk its way onto Xbox sometime over the next year. Stalker has been a name synonymous with PC gaming for years now, so it was interesting to see that the sequel would be coming to Xbox Series X and S as well as PC, proving that the Xbox/PC overlap worked both ways. A blend of FPS survival sim and horror, you venture into the Chernobyl exclusion zone on the hunt for some powerful artifacts, but the mutated denizens of the nuclear wasteland have other ideas. Other Stalker games have been bona fide cult classics, so don't sleep on this one at all. Scorn hopes to avoid the agony of agony sometime in 2021. The Xbox Series X and S seems to be becoming a bit of a home for timed exclusive horror games. Okay, right, yeah, so maybe 2 examples isn't enough for a trend, but between the Medium and Scorn, that's a lot of spooky times. Anyway, if you're a huge fan of the works of H.R. Geiger and enjoy horror games with a healthy side order of phallic-shaped objects, i.e. big cocks, Scorn should be right up your alley. Better still, it'll launch day 1 for Xbox Game Pass. 12 Minutes hopes for more than 12 minutes in the spotlight this year. If Game of the Year awards were handed out on concept alone, 12 Minutes would probably be lined up to make a killing when it launches. An interactive top-down thriller, you control a man stuck in a time loop after a detective kicks down the door to his apartment, accuses his wife of murder, and then beats him to death. That doesn't seem very fair to me. I mean, she's the one who's been accused. With full voice acting from James McAvoy, Daisy Ridley, and professional lunatic Willem Dafoe, 12 Minutes is one to keep an eye on. Sable is poor. A solid 12 out of 10 on the poor scale alone, Sable looks like one of the loveliest games ever made. Putting exploration at the heart of its gameplay, you control the titular Sable as she completes her gliding, a pilgrimage of sorts that'll take her through vast deserts that have become strewn with the wreckage of crashed spaceships. Players are free to tackle the desert's secrets however they like, and can even customise their hoverbike to boot. Hopefully we'll hear more about a release date soon enough, because I want this now, and it pains me that I don't have it. Give it to me, please. So those are just a few of the upcoming exclusives for the Xbox brand. What are you most looking forward to most? Why did my voice go like, woo? If you could give me some engagement for the algorithm gods, that would be very good. And thank you for watching.